And the truth is, it won't be because you're lazy.
The richest people I know don't look rich at all.
But these tiny minimalist habits actually completely changed my finances.
It's actually about developing tiny, consistent behaviors that seamlessly fit into your daily routine.
Most people think getting rich is about making more money. But experts like Ramit Sethi, Humphrey Yang, Nischa Shah, and Gabe Bult say the real difference comes down to a few quiet habits. In this video, we're breaking down those habits one by one.
Rich habits. 67% of wealthy individuals watch TV for 1 hour or less every day, whereas 77% of people who struggle financially watch TV for more than 1 hour a day.
The difference between rich and poor often starts with something surprisingly simple: how they spend their time. The average American watches more than 3 hours of television every single day.
You're never building anything. The most enjoyment, most fulfillment, and most of the wealth that gets generated on a large scale comes when you contribute to society, when you make other people's lives better, when you build things, when you create things. That is where wealth comes from. And most of the opposite, which is, your money going away, you getting depressed, all that type of stuff, comes when you're just consuming.
So if wealthy people spend less time consuming, what exactly are they doing differently with their time?
That just communicates to people you just need to keep at it. But that's not true. We don't just need 10,000 hours. We need deliberate, intentional practice. That's a huge difference. And I saw it in myself. When I used to go to the gym, I didn't know what I was doing. I was nervous, I was intimidated. So usually I would just go on the treadmill because it felt safe, or I would do bicep curls because I knew how to do them. But when I finally got serious, I hired help. I used my money and my time to make intentional, deliberate practice.
Most people try to fix their finances using motivation. But wealthy people don't rely on motivation at all. Nearly 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, even many people earning over $100,000 a year.
That's just insanity. Successful people practice deliberately. They get better every single time, and that 1% improvement compounds. Here's your action step. Write down one skill that you're working on right now. I want you to write down how many reps you've actually put in. For example, how many times have you sent your resume out? And then I want you to add another column in this table. What are you improving each time you send that resume out?
But automation isn't the only thing wealthy people do differently. In fact, the next habit is something you almost never notice from the outside.
Number 1, get 1% better every day. This is the 1% rule, and it states that tiny improvements over your life can compound to a lot of success down the road. If you're able to make baby steps every single day, you can become 37.78 times better in 365 days by improving 1% every day, according to James Clear.
Building wealth isn't about one big decision. It's about hundreds of small financial habits repeated over time. Nearly 70% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings, meaning most people never build those small financial habits.
All my usual spending for the month will come from that checking account, so that includes bills, necessities, and discretionary spending. But here's the genius of automation, because in my online banking, I will set up 2 automatic transfers whenever I get paid to move a preset portion of my paycheck into other accounts before I even get to spend it. You can decide what percentage this is for you, but I find that if you can automate at least 10% of your money into savings or investments, that is going to be really beneficial for you in the long run, and you'll actually be doing better than most Americans.
But even people who understand habits often make one mistake that quietly destroys their wealth.
The people that I coach start off playing defense with their money. They wait until the end of the month, they look at their credit card bill, they go, oh, I guess I spent that much. That's defense. That's reactive. Successful people play offense. They don't wait to be surprised. They negotiate, they automate, they get aggressive. Let me give you an example. One of my readers called up their landlord and negotiated $175 off their rent. $175 is not just a one-time win. Every single month for as long as they live there, they've negotiated that savings.
Wealthy people don't just spend less money. They spend very intentionally. Studies show the average person makes over 35,000 purchasing decisions every year, most of them impulsive. But even intentional spending isn't the biggest difference between wealthy people and everyone else. The next habit might surprise you. Wealthy people don't just spend less money. They spend very intentionally. Studies show the average person makes over 35,000 purchasing decisions every year, most of them impulsive.
Let me ask you, are you playing defense right now? Are you waiting for opportunities to maybe, hopefully, someday come to you? Or are you on offense, actually creating them? Here's your action step. Pick one area of your money life where you've been playing defense.
But even intentional spending isn't the biggest difference between wealthy people and everyone else. The next habit might surprise you.
Micro habit number 3 is to write down your goals either quarterly, monthly, or at a certain interval. By writing down your goals, you're 42% more likely to actually achieve them, according to Dr. Gail Matthews, a psychology professor at the Dominican University in California.
Most people think wealth comes from big financial moves. Yet nearly 60% of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency, showing how small habits are often ignored.
So I like the goal, save $100,000 for a down payment within the next 3 years. I think that's much more measurable and much more specific than just a general, let's say, for a house.
But even people who build good habits often fall into one trap that quietly destroys wealth.
Going in there and doing some abracadabra math. She shifted her mentality from I can't to how can I? Again, there is a lot of complexity around being able to make change. Sometimes you're in a system that makes it incredibly difficult. If you're taking care of 3 kids as a single parent, how are you going to find an hour a week to read a book? That's difficult, and I acknowledge that.
One of the biggest myths about wealth is that it happens quickly. Studies show it takes the average millionaire over 30 years to build their wealth.
Here's your action step. Take one complaint you've made this week and rewrite it as a solution. Share it in the comments. And this is going to be really hard for a lot of people.
But there's one final habit quietly wealthy people follow that most people never even think about.
They focus on net worth, not income. Most people get obsessed with how much they earn, how much their top line number is. But quietly wealthy people, they care way more about how much they keep.
Most wealthy people don't look wealthy at all. Many people assume that when someone earns more money, they automatically start living a more luxurious life. But the quietly wealthy often do the opposite.
By the time you're done, you have your own personalized financial plan. Every part of this toolkit is designed to help you nail the basics, build real wealth, and create a clear roadmap to turn your goals into reality faster and with way less stress. It's all the things that I use in my own personal finance. If you want to check it out, head to nischa.me/plan, or there's a link in the description.
Small financial decisions compound over time in ways most people underestimate. As you can see, wealth isn't built through luck or sudden success. It's built through small habits, intentional decisions, and systems that work over time. And according to experts like Ramit Sethi, Humphrey Yang, Nischa Shah, and Gabe Bult, these habits quietly separate people who struggle financially from those who build real wealth. But there's another set of financial mistakes that even smart people make. And in the next video, more experts break down the biggest money habits that keep people poor.